Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Dune Sea, a show all about that galaxy far, far away and beyond. My name's Seth.
And I'm Konnor. How we doing, Seth?
Hi. I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Hey, I have some good news for you.
Yeah?
Yeah, so this week on Skeleton Crew, we got a lot of new species.
Yeah.
We got some huts.
Ooh.
Some moons.
Ooh.
We got a Cthulhu space thing.
Oh.
But no space owls.
I think it was a good week for Star Wars.
Yeah,
then.
look at that. Look at that. And hey, I have good news for the audience here. You ready for this? You ready? You ready, Seth? You ready? Boom! An actual wide-angle camera this week. How about that? No tripping on cords. You can see both of us. This is crazy.
Look at that.
I just can't believe it.
We're in focus. It doesn't look jank.
So I had to throw that in there because, man, we've had the struggles there. But, yeah, excited about that. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it. I'm
going to have trouble not just going like this. Hey.
Yeah. Hey, right? Hey. So we did get an awesome episode of Skeleton Crew on Christmas Eve. How'd you have a good Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. How about you?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Very busy now that the little one's here. So,
yeah, they don't tell you that before you get married.
Right.
That things get wild around the holidays and stuff like that. So
yeah, you got all the different, the in-laws and your family and all this stuff. And
got now the tradition over here, then you gotta go do this over here. By the way, we gotta go sing over here, and then there's presents. Yeah, that it's yeah. Oh, don't forget. Yeah.
I don't know what you just said, but yeah, I agree.
Don't forget. It's like I'm just like you think it's all over it. It's not.
Yeah,
there's something else.
But we did get a nice little present under the tree this year on Christmas Eve with Skeleton Crew episode 5.
Yes,
it was pretty cool.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
I didn't know where you were going with that. I was like, oh my gosh, what'd you get under your tree?
I'm just keeping you on your toes.
I know. I was scared that I was just like I was ready to go another baby.
Not yet.
I was just like, oh my goodness.
That's great. Okay, well, hey, 1 minute review, Skeleton Crew episode 5. You have a lot to learn about pirates. Hit me. Let's go.
Aye. So I think that this is probably this is my favorite episode. Easily.
Okay.
I think that they really hit their stride. I think everybody's acting to a T. I think that I love the kids' interactions with JOD, and also we'll get to it. Just that last 5 minutes is just, oh man, I didn't realize that that I needed a pirate drama. But I guess I needed a pirate drama in space.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I guess too, I think Star Wars has been missing kind of that just adventure. It's really locking into that idea of just going on adventure with the temples and stuff like that, and all the booby traps and things. So we haven't seen a whole lot of that in Star Wars. So overall, this has been my favorite episode. I can't wait another couple of days, and then we get another episode.
Yeah,
so
on New Year's Eve.
On New Year's Eve, yes. 2, the pacing is great. The acting is great. I mean, it's solid.
It's good stuff.
Great transitions, good music. I mean, I have very little to complain about.
Hey, that's good. Seth, not the hater. I saw somebody in the chat already throw that down.
Yeah.
Yes, Seth's not the hater this week.
Aye.
All right. For me, 1 minute review. It's probably my favorite episode this week. I think this masterfully blended humor with stakes and great character moments, and not to beat a dead horse because you hear me say it every week, but the pacing is terrific. Oh, thank goodness. At this point, I'm pretty sold. I think that they're gonna keep that pace to the end, unless something drastic happens, right?
Yeah.
And I love this character of JOD, this unique sort of morally gray, but he's not a gray Jedi. Oh, it's so good. I love that. I love this new planet that we found, Skull Ridge Mountain. It's all blended together, and then this awesome 80s Star Wars stew that's just terrific. I think it's really, really good. It's also my favorite episode so far. Yeah.
It tastes good.
Yeah. The chef was in there. You know, they were John Watts and I forget the director. Was it Jason Schreier or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah. He was in there. They were cooking.
We'll just say that the pizza rolls hit the air fryer.
Yeah.
They did not microwave them.
I see some new viewers in the chat. They're going to be like, what are you talking about? But hey, that is a story for another day.
It's another tale.
Let's check in with that chat real quick. Hey, thank you guys for being here. Oh my goodness, 45 of you guys in here right now. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yes, thank you.
We're going to get real deep here on Skeleton Crew in just a moment. Real quick, catching up with you guys. Grayified X, love the outfits. Hey, win in Port Borgo. I see Michael Kramer in here. He said, I saw him up at the top. He said he got his first set of Warhammer figures for Christmas. That's fun.
Okay. Michael, what faction did you get?
Hey, there you go. Throw that in the chat, Michael. Schechter, hello there. Hope you guys had a great Christmas. Yes, we did. Hope you guys had a great Christmas. Good to see you all again. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Duel the Cates got my husband a Star Wars propaganda art book, and it's that's probably my favorite out of all the gifts given received. Very, very cool. Happy Life Day from Sergio. Baronessa, hello there. HT Verlag, sweet intro. Thank you very much. So thank you guys so much for being in here. We'll catch up with the chat periodically. You guys know how we roll. Phidias, good evening all. And yeah, keep some questions coming if you got questions, and we'll try to answer them along the way.
Check out that one from Duel of the Cates right there.
Hey, BDTS hoodie in the mail. Thank you. I love mine. Like
I've heard they're comfy.
It's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on. We got a couple more. I'll tease that we're dropping soon. They're done actually. It's not like last time. They're done. We need to update the product listings. That's all. And they're pretty cool. So I gotta order myself some. I'm pretty excited. Okay, well, time to just dive deep into Skeleton Crew. This week we're going to kind of just go in order. Just chronologically, because the whole episode's great.
Yeah.
And we'll just pull out moments that we really liked. And so first of all, this first scene that we get, we kind of check back in on At-Atten with the parents, and we get this really interesting scene with Wendell and Farah with the security droid. You know, they're trying to hack in, and then Neil's mom, I forget her name. And they're trying to hack into the database to access the archives and things like
Very that. Very Andor-esque.
Yes, visually.
With the cubicles and everything. Yeah. Good to know that part of the galaxy didn't change.
Right.
Yeah. But the Christmas parties are crazy. The office Christmas parties.
You mean Life Day.
Life Day parties. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Something I noticed during this sequence that I found really interesting. First of all, the droids, we've not mentioned this on the show yet, but I love the visual design of these. That the heads are basically security cameras, like old school security cameras.
Yeah.
And I love that invokes a feeling. Like you see that, you know exactly what that droid's all about.
They're recording you.
Yeah. And they're doing that. They're running security. I think that's excellent design. Just really good design.
Yeah. I think it's interesting too. Did you notice how shaky it was, like, and how it moved? It's not smooth. It just invokes that it's very old, I feel like.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yes, I think it definitely is all calling back to that old Republic era, which is really, really cool. Another thing that I wanted to mention here, specifically about this scene, because there's not really a whole lot to talk about here. We get some plot movement about the parents. They're actively trying to save the kids,
which is nice, because in like most 80s movies, oh man, I hope they make it home. And that's it.
Right. That's really how it is.
Hope E.T. saves my kid. Parents do nothing.
Yeah. Really, the only one is Home Alone. She's like trying, to get back the whole time.
Trying to get home. Yeah.
So I liked when we get into Farah's office and we get this scene with Wendell and Farah about, they're arguing about what's the best way to save the kids. Wendell's like, the supervisor's not going to help us, but Farah's like, I'm going through all the proper channels. I'm doing my best. But Wendell drops a line that I think is really interesting. They say that they're going to find a way to broadcast to the kids that doesn't reveal At-Atten's location.
Yeah.
And what that tells me is that at least these two are aware that At-Atten needs to be hidden. And that is contrasted with the kids who seem very in the dark about all that.
Well, they haven't been placed yet. They haven't taken their tests yet to know how they're going to be placed.
And see, that's what I wanted to bring up. Like, do you think that that's part of the sort of graduation? Like you kind of get told about what's going on, or is it specifically like their jobs? Because we went back to episode 1 to find some quotes, and Farah, when she introduces herself, she works in the office of the supervisor. So are they just in the inner circle, or is it because of their jobs, or does everybody on At-Atten know when they become adults essentially about like, okay, this plan is closed off, but there's other stuff out there?
I think that it's the inner circle. I bet all of them don't realize it, because think about how big that if everybody knew, why wouldn't more people leave? Yeah. Why wouldn't you be having more, secrets are better when less people know.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
then they're not secrets anymore.
I just found that really curious that we hear Wendell directly address that. Like, hey, we're going to put this out past the barrier with a broadcast, but we're not going to let anybody know about Aden's location.
It is interesting too that the supervisor wouldn't help. That this is is Aden the secret of that's even more important than people dying.
I would think so.
Even
I think
children dying.
Yeah, they would probably take that sacrifice for sure. That's been my thought. I think it's really interesting, kind of what they're doing here.
Are you still thinking robot overlords?
I still am with the supervisor. I think everything's kind of pointing toward a droid AI, a rogue droid AI. Although,
but with her being able to shut down the cameras though, and shut down the droid.
Well, that's just, I mean, we see that with Fern, right? She can kind of just tell the droid to override their memory. That's been a thing that's carried on through these old school droids. So I don't think that that's necessarily
okay. I just was curious. I didn't know. I mean, with the fact that, if truly a malevolent AI or, droid, why would the humans have any power over them?
Sure. Yeah. I think there's definitely, there could be something to that.
Yeah.
But I think that there could be some hints when we get to TAK RENNOD later on in this episode. So stick around. We'll talk more about some other theories about the supervisor. But I think there could be some connections with him too. So yeah, that's the first scene, and it's just we're there just long enough. We don't linger too much.
Yeah,
and
because let's be honest, we want to be back with the kids.
Yeah, we want to be back on the adventure. Yeah, not stuck on Aden.
Yeah, exactly. Hanging out in cubicles.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So. Real quick, I see some of you guys in the chat. You're throwing some things out here. From Aaron, hello. What are your theories of JOD? I think he might have been a kid during Order 66 and just forged his way through the pirate life. We'll get to JOD. Don't you worry.
Say, you stay tuned.
Worry.
You stay tuned.
We got lots of thoughts about JOD. The myth Necrofty. Am I saying that right? The supervisor was probably a Wall-E situation where there used to be a person, but they died long ago, and now some droid just filling the space, maintaining the status quo. I think that's a great call. Yeah, something similar to that, right? Duel the Kate's bringing up her JOD theory. My theory is that JOD is actually Xanatos, Qui-Gon's Padawan before Obi-Wan, according to the no longer canon kid series Jedi Apprentice. That's interesting. I mean, he does drop a Qui-Gon line.
When you said Xanatos, I was going to be like, gargoyles? Anyways.
And then lastly from Schechter, before we move on to the next scene, I'm curious about who JOD is connected to, especially with the line about your focus determines your reality being something that Qui-Gon says. I know. I personally, all I'll say about that line is that I think it's less connecting it to Qui-Gon and more just that era.
That he had some Jedi teachings.
Yes, for sure. Which I guess let's just get right into this next scene. So right after we're there with the parents, we cut into this awesome scene with SM-33 being, roped in, and Fern talks about how she's kind of done some repairs on him, and they're going to get some answers from last episode because it was quite the cliffhanger last episode. Yeah. And
I think right here just shows that like the kids are getting better. And I think that acting, I feel like. And then Jude Law, I think, is even playing off them even better with the whole, like, you're scared. You do it. Yeah. No, you do it. Like, it's just, that's good stuff. Like, that feels
excellent.
I was going to say, it just feels real. This whole episode felt very real, where it's like, oh my gosh, like, this is how things would actually go down.
Yeah. 100%. It's, I really love the performances. We've heard some behind the scenes that Jude Law was sort of a guardian to the kids, like kind of guiding them in their process. And you could definitely see, I mean, their chemistry is fantastic.
Yes.
I really love that. So some great things about this scene. I mean, we get massive lore dumps here from SM-33, who talks about Captain Renod, TAK RENNOD.
TAK RENNOD.
Did you notice the little Easter egg here? So
there was tons.
Well,
we talk about,
but Renod, the name, Renod. So Renod is Donner backwards, the director of the Goonies, right? So look at that. Isn't that fun?
Gotcha.
And I've heard that TAK could be backwards for Kat, as in Kathleen Kennedy, who produced the series along with Jon Favreau and John Watts. So I think that's fun. That's a fun little tie, because there's heavy influence from the Goonies. So I think that's really cool. We get a ton about TAK RENNOD here, that he was the most fearsome pirate in the galaxy.
He went off looking for At-Aten.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden the Onyx Cinder and him disappeared. And which I want to toss out. You think it's nothing. It sounds like he either pulls out or he sheathes his knife during that scene.
Oh, you do hear it for sure. I just think he's sheathing it.
I'm just like, is he planning to mutiny right then and there? That's the whole thing, is that like now he knows he's on the Onyx Cinder. And then I think he sheathes thinking, not yet.
Yeah.
All right. I'm on the right track. But I feel like that's interesting foreshadowing for later.
Yeah. Because I think he decides to pull the mutiny right when he has enough information. So maybe he thinks at this moment, oh, SM-33 is going to elaborate a little bit more and I'm going to get all I need. And all right, we're going to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I mean, I don't think I don't think that's wrong. Okay. I personally saw him sheathing it, but there's definitely a sound and you see his hand move.
Yes.
That's really interesting. Okay. It's probably not true. I'm going to throw a curveball at you. So when JOD is talking about how the Onyx Cinder just sort of vanishes.
Yeah.
Cloaking?
Oh no. It went out into the galaxy to a place it didn't know and then never came back.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I was at, but I thought it was interesting. Cloaking, is very difficult in Star Wars.
We get very many ships can do it.
A lot of stories in both canon and in Legends about how this is just not something that happens a whole lot. It's not a technology that's widely available. Mm-hmm. So I think that's kind of
no ship that small as a cloaking device.
Yeah, right. So thought I'd throw that out there. I knew that was a little bit of a curveball, but hey, something to think about.
I do think too that I think we got a little bit more with kind of timelines and how everything kind of fits. I think Atten clearly Old Republic, but I think TAK RENNOD is High Republic. Because he had to have been around long enough for there to be legends about him.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of like placing things in the timeline.
I think there's a big clue at the end with the lightsaber because it looks like a High Republic lightsaber, but I'm still not sold. I'm not sold that he's High Republic because just because of when the Onyx Cinder crashes, because if this is High Republic, even let's say end of High Republic, I mean, there is a lot of time there, so it could be.
Yeah,
it definitely could be.
It's buried. That's the whole thing.
My thing is that there's trees and everything else on there, so I mean, there's got to be time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, into High Republic, you're looking at 150 years prior. To our current timeline.
7 years.
Yes,
you can eat apples from a tree.
I know. I'm just saying that, but it was really buried. And it was really desolate. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if there needed to be more time, of it on at Atten, and I don't know. I'm not 100%. Mm-hmm. So
stuff happening in the chat.
I did. I just saw that. I saw from 2. We got one earlier up here. Check back in with the chat. Thank you so much to Commander Phoenix Customs. Welcome to Padawan.
Thank you.
Welcome, young Padawan.
Yes.
And Star Wars Nerd 00 gifting memberships. He's so kind. You're too kind, buddy. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. What are you guys thinking here? So Baronessa says that is how Thrawn defeats Grand Admiral Zarin, forcing him to attempt a jump on a cloaking modified CR-90, knowing both systems would cause the reactor to go boom. Hey, some deep cut lore there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, I wonder if, the Onyx Cinder clearly had something special, like or TAK RENNOD was something special. So, I don't think cloaking is out of
they do say that he specialized it before they left.
Yeah.
SM-33 does. Yeah.
So in relation to cloaking, I thought early on that the barrier for AT-ATN might actually be an advanced cloaking device. Great call. I think that could definitely be onto something.
In which, that's why the whole disappearing and never coming back.
Yeah.
Is that they hit a patch of galaxy that just is no more.
And not that I think that this show is really going to go too hard into the quote unquote main conflict with Thrawn and everything. But it is interesting. If we're tying the current canon with old canon, Thrawn was really interested in cloaking, really interested in it. And this could be a fun way to sort of tie it in, not with Skeleton Crew maybe, but maybe once the story ends.
With the technology.
And then that's out there now, and maybe Thrawn's got to kind of go to AT-AT and find the...
kind of like the hyperspace tracking.
Yeah.
That is name dropped in Rogue One, and then it's used in Last Jedi. Yeah.
Yes. So
I guess my whole thing is, what would make me nervous is that we don't know where Skeleton Crew's placed exactly. We know it's after Return of the Jedi, but we just don't know when exactly it happens after Return of the Jedi. So
I think the consensus right now is 9 years after.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
Because I think that's where we're at with Mando, Ahsoka, and everything. It's 9 years.
Yeah.
So,
but I know that there's some wiggle room because if they do a second season with the kids being older and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could absolutely be like maybe 2 years or something like that. We don't know unless somebody pops up or, we're just not sure.
Yeah. At this point, I don't think anybody we really know is going to pop up.
You don't think so?
I guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah. I don't know. They had some hints that maybe we were going to see some stuff.
I guess we'll talk more. Yeah. We can keep talking.
We could keep talking. Okay.
Yes.
So this scene with fixing SM-33, that's kind of all I wanted to say about this right now, because we'll get back to Tak RENNOD later when we learn more in his lair, which is really cool. But
him getting up, brilliant humor.
Just about to say that. Yes.
Brilliant humor. Yes. Because scene starts with, it's like, oh no, we've secured him enough. It's all good. He just gets up. Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved that. I wrote down several of the moments of humor in this episode that I thought were just terrific. So the cut from Wendell into the boss's office, like hold up both hands at the same time, please.
Yeah. And then the object dropping onto the desk.
Yeah. And then it's Farah's office. I love the little twist there within the humor. The cuts in this is, I don't know who edited this show, but it's awesome.
The director this week, music videos.
Yeah.
And then he did Thunderbolts. So
talented dude.
Crazy. Yeah. I'm even more excited to see Thunderbolts because I wanted, he did great here. Let's see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent direction. So SM-33 casually breaking out of the ropes. And then, as we're going to talk about next, the concubine line is fantastic. It's such a good moment of humor. I love that. I guess it's just because we've gotten so used to calling everything like MCU humor. That's kind of permeated a lot of pop culture these days. And it's almost become sort of derogatory to say that something has MCU humor. This does not. And it's so refreshing that it has really well thought out humor.
And it reminds me a lot of Han Solo in episode 4, where it's just genuine. It's just situational humor.
Yeah, it is. It's
boring conversation humor, anyway. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. The script is terrific. It's really well done.
And thought out, because we went back and watched the second episode. I guess we'll get back to it. It's fine. Yeah. But it's that comes later.
It does. It does. Yeah. So next, what happens is we get into the cockpit, because we're on our way to Skull Ridge Mountain.
Yes.
I almost forgot the name of it there.
Yes.
We're on our way to Skull Ridge Mountain.
It goes by many names.
Yes. And SM-33 is telling this awesome story about what happened to Tak RENNOD.
Yes. Okay. No, you're fine. You're fine.
What do you got?
Okay. No. I'm like, wait, I hope you're not skipping the conversation. It's okay. You're fine. We're here. Sorry. I derailed us. It's okay.
My bad. We were flowing so well.
My bad. So we're in the cockpit and we're listening to SM-33 talk about what happened to Tak RENNOD. And you want me to explain what happened to Tak RENNOD? Is that where you were going?
You can if you want. Go ahead.
I can. I guess that he said that his first mate betrayed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got overwhelmed with greed. Who's the first mate on the Onyx Sender, Konnor?
Who is the first mate of the Onyx Sender? This is really interesting.
I'm so confused by this.
I know, right?
Because SM-33 is the first mate.
Yeah.
How's a droid overcome with greed?
Yeah. Because that's the line. He says the first mate was overcome with greed.
Yeah.
And but then the concubine is who killed actually killed the captain.
Who killed him. Yeah.
So we went back to the second episode when SM-33 first comes into the scene. And it's really interesting because he's looking for the captain. Now, this could mean two things. Either SM-33 is lying here again, because he's been known to tell a fib or two.
Yeah. He stretches the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that also could be in the second episode that his memories were wiped, and
he's been reprogrammed several different times too.
And so now
I think even in this episode he sounds different.
Right.
Yeah.
And so now could be it's the first time that we're actually getting the truth, if you will. Right. So that definitely could be it. But it is curious that we get all of this information now about the first mate and the captain and all these things. When we first meet SM-33, he tells us certain things about those characters that are now conflicting. And so it could just be chalked up to reprogramming, like what Fern does to him in the last episode.
Because when they find him, he's looking for the captain still. But that also could be too that he's all kind of scrambled because he's like, the ship's here, so the captain's here somewhere.
Right.
And he had his hand on that door.
Yes.
So when the controls were locked, and then the captain slammed the ship into the planet, basically.
Right.
That's the story that we got.
Yeah. I think there's a lot here. There's a lot here to talk about. And it seems like you guys, Duel the Cates has the best theory here. It was the rat living in SM-33. That was the first mate.
Maybe.
Definitely. Or that could be the captain or the concubine. Think about that.
Well, you just never know with Star Wars.
You just never know. Hey, Mac Man, hello there. Yeah. Hello there. Welcome. When I heard concubine, I had a chuckle. I was like, man, that's a little risque for Star Wars. That's kind of fun.
But a pirate thing.
Yeah. Oh, well, they did a great job with the cutaway.
Like Neil. It was awesome. This is that's enough stories for today. Yeah. It's a very adult thing to say.
It was great.
And we're done. Time for bed.
Hey, Dominic Hernandez. Hello there. First time joining live. Well, welcome.
Yes.
This week's was easily my favorite. Ours too.
Yes. Good stuff.
Might be onto something with SM-33. What do you guys think? Is SM-33, is there a little more to this guy that meets the eye? Meets the eye? I wasn't making a Transformers reference. It was because he has one eye.
And he's a robot.
Moving on.
I'm going to, watch him transform.
Yeah.
Watch him in the last episode transform.
He is.
Then you're going to feel real dumb.
Yeah, I guess the joke will be on me.
Yep, exactly.
You know why he's going to transform into a space owl?
He might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Or Baronessa says he's just a robot in disguise.
Exactly.
Actually, absolutely could be.
Yeah.
So what if TAK RENNOD does not exist and it is SM-33 all along and he just posed as a first mate to avoid suspicion? I think there might be something to this just because of how glitchy the video was later of TAK RENNOD.
But wait, we did research.
Yeah, we did. We're not to that scene yet.
I know.
Just skip it ahead.
We'll get there. They're skipping ahead.
I know. We're doing terrible. We're just teasing, but we got some fun stuff with that last scene. Okay, before we get there. So we hear the story and then Wim, he gets all sad and he runs off. Just like that, man. Seth's going to win an Emmy. Look at him.
Then Jude Law comes in. He's all like, kind of.
Man, you thought you guys were watching Skeleton Crew there for a minute, didn't you?
And then Jude Law comes in. He's all like, "Oi, what's wrong, boy?" And then, just like his dad, hide something.
Yeah.
So anyway, then some more good acting from Jude Law.
Some great acting.
Yes.
From Jude Law. Hey, some great acting from you right there.
From me?
Look at that.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're doing great.
I try.
So this scene is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love, again, the humor is so subtle with the, like, I miss my dad and my mom. Like, you'll see him again.
Not my mom.
Yeah. Which is not really supposed to be a funny moment, but it kind of is a little bit. Well, but it's it's quick, and it leads you right in. It adds just enough levity.
You can even see Jude Law's shoulders. Like, I have to do this. Like,
right.
It's like, I can't just leave him, even though that's what I want to do, but it's not the right thing to do. And so he, then plops down. And I love that cut. Yeah. You don't see the slow walk and sit down. No, it's just a cut to him falling right next to him.
Editing is terrific.
It's super good.
So
I can't get over how good, like, what this show decides to show you and then what this show doesn't decide to show you.
It's super intentional.
I know.
It's like, it's very, very well thought out. And I think the editing is probably a lot of the credit. It has to go to the fact that they had a year to edit this thing. Like, it was done a year ago and they've just been refining and refining. It's great. Shows what's happens when you leave something in the oven just long enough. You know what I mean?
Pizza rolls.
There it is. Hey, for the members of the chat, you have a pizza roll emoji there. That's it right there. Again, the new viewers are like, what is the deal with the pizza rolls?
Hit us with it.
Understand.
Hit us with them rolls.
We get a lot of great dialogue from JOD here.
Really interesting lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that we get even more confirmation that JOD has absolutely had Jedi training in some form.
He's been around it.
Yes, that's probably more accurate. He's been around it.
He's been around it. Because everyone's like, oh my gosh, Qui-Gon says that line.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no.
Your focus determines your reality.
Focus determines your reality. Yeah.
But it's the context here, just so interesting. Like, he's
twisted it.
Yes. He's telling Wim to be self-serving.
He's selfish. What are selfish? I'm not saying he's a Sith, but...
A Sith Lord? Is that what he is?
Lord? No, I think he's like, I know I bring this up like with every show ever, but I could see him being a Knight of Ren or like something like that, where he's just self-serving. Because I mean, what we've seen too, he can do baby force pushes. The Knights could do that.
Yeah.
But then when they go up against a real Jedi, they they can't even hold their own at all.
Sure. Yeah. That's something like, I just think unallied force user is it's still where I land with JOD.
Yeah.
But I like the little, it's a slow drip of information.
Definitely.
It's terrific how we get just enough to add intrigue to this character.
You have vision, embrace it. Make your life the one you want to live. That is not the Jedi way.
Right.
That is not a selfless way.
But it's also, it's not the Sith way either. It's like, it's the pirate code, right?
Yeah. I was just going to, it's almost like twisted because it sounds like Palpatine. Your anger, it gives you focus. Your vision, embrace it.
So what you're saying is that JOD is Palpatine.
Yeah. He's probably Rey's dad.
Yo,
that's what I'm getting at. Nailed it.
that's gonna be it. Hey, you heard it here first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, now I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I think that with JOD, I'm still landing on. I think there could be a familial connection, like he was the child of a Jedi that maybe survived Order 66, but then that Jedi died, and he had to witness that. So now he's living the pirate's life, right? Or he knew a Jedi and he stole their name, the Na Wood line, because I'm still not convinced his name is JOD Na Wood, because we have and at this point, 10 names this guy has.
Yeah.
Right. I just don't know why he would give these kids that he never met before his real name.
Yeah. So
I'm just not convinced that his name is Na Wood. So I think it belongs to the Jedi that he learned from, and I don't think he learned from them in an official capacity. Either he was a Boken Jedi Padawan, so after Order 66, not trained in really an official way, or he just knew a Jedi at that time, and maybe he betrayed them. Maybe he turned them into the Inquisitorius or something, like as part of his pirate thing, and he feels guilty about it, but he takes on, some of those characteristics, but he learned just enough, right? Because we don't see him do anything crazy with the Force. He can levitate things, but that feels like
he stopped Fern. He didn't need to touch, even though he could clearly stop the thing with his fist. I feel like, when she swung, I don't know, the gold club thing at him,
right?
Yeah,
but I think that's he's doing like kindergarten level Force powers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that he learned just enough, maybe by either just watching, by observing, or maybe by being the child, like I said, of a Jedi that survived Order 66. I think that there's a small possibility. Like, here's a third theory. I don't like him being a Jedi that survived Order 66. We have a million of these stories now.
It's super boring.
Yeah. But maybe he left the Jedi Order before Order 66, and now he has sort of survivor's guilt, which is why he's, going on into the pirate life. Like, maybe he was like the slacker in school, kind of like Whim a little bit, delusions of grandeur, all this stuff, and Jedi, and as a youngling, and then was like, what, screw this, I'm going to go do my own thing. Joins up with the wrong crowd on Coruscant or something,
I kind of got the whole like Yondu Star-Lord kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe he was destined to be, and then, taken in by pirates.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's more timeline. Like, where does that happen? So if it happens before Order 66, I prefer the idea that it's he's
left on his own accord rather than
and then he has survivor's guilt because all his friends died basically, and now he has to live with that. So now he kind of just indulges himself in with selfish greed and all of these things.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at with JOD. We'll touch back in with JOD toward the end of the episode because we get a big old JOD moment.
Yeah.
At the end. So check it in with the chat here. Appreciate you guys, man. 60 people, 59 people in here. That is crazy.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys all being in here.
Yes.
Baronessa, that is a theory that has been going on. Defective Palpatine clone. Really? Have other people said that?
Oh, I just said it. Sorry.
Josh Isley Spaceport. Terrific name, by the way. Call me crazy. I don't want a backstory for JOD. Just keep him in as an enigma, as a Force sensitive pirate. Hey, you know what? I wouldn't hate that.
I think that we're going to get they said we're going to get a little bit of a flashback for him. And as long as they keep it vague enough, I think it's perfectly fine.
I love this from Sergio here. I like how the show almost makes the Jedi views on attachment look so cold-hearted and wrong.
It's true.
Right? Again, the twisting. It's fantastic. I did see in the other corner of my eye, if I can find it. Yeah. Careful, this podcast is going to get copyright ID'd. When you were just expertly copying the scene with Whim.
Really?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, thank you.
So there you go.
Thank you. Look at that. Huh. Okay. I didn't realize that I was channeling the
it
art.
was just that clear. that crisp.
It seemed
Yeah,
like it was just like we're playing Disney Plus, right?
I was there. I was here. I was on the Onyx Cinder for a brief moment. While you.
Okay. Thanks.
Darth Sin, did Jod have the Force before his mutiny or after? Because it would make sense for him to reawaken his Force powers while being in jail for such a long time. I think no.
I think he had him before. Why would they like that? That's pretty like quick. Like, oh, he should be our captain.
Yeah,
he's got the magic hands.
Yeah,
yeah.
I would think that he knows the teachings. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't just have Force powers because anybody
he's got a little
theoretically.
Philosophy.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of the philosophy, which I think adds so much more intrigue, right? So, okay. We've hung out with Jod and Wim for a minute. We get the Qui-Gon quote. It's pretty good. I also love the theme, by the way, that's playing when he drops your focus determines your reality. It's that at the beginning, that just
sense of wonder and adventure.
Mystical.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So then we arrive on La Nupa.
I do want to say also,
okay.
Right as that ends, where it's like, are you a Jedi? Walks away. Doesn't give him a straight answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
So
it's just, like I said, just enough. Just enough.
Keeps you guessing.
Yeah. It's awesome.
And then you're left on a shot of Wim. Huh.
You're right.
Like, yeah, it's, just like us audience members.
The show is very efficient with its moments. It lets them linger for just long enough because sometimes they linger for what seems like almost too long, but it's for comedic effect, right?
Yes.
I love that. So good. So now we arrive on La Nupa.
La Nupa.
Yeah. The Demon's Rest.
The battle world.
Or La Nupa.
La Nupa. Also known as La Nupa.
And once again, we get another great little piece of humor here when, the guys come up. We're very Cloud City, they kind of flank the Onyx Cinder and talking about how those are pleasure yachts, out there. And then Neil, what's a pleasure yacht? Just keeping that joke going is terrific.
Yeah.
And then we land and we get Betsy Kettleman. Do you recognize her? She's from Better Call Saul. And you know what? She actually...
Konnor likes that show.
I do. I really like Better Call Saul. It's tough between that and Breaking Bad. But she's there, Betsy Kettleman. And when we get her at the front desk, you find out she's kind of embezzling some funds here too. So I guess that's what that actress does. Whenever she's in a show, she's just all about the embezzlement.
Yeah. So going to take advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also get the wise elders, the kids in the trench coat gag, right?
Yes.
Which is fantastic.
They pulled it off a little better here than they did in Obi-Wan. You got to admit it.
I do love the Kenobi show.
Yeah.
But I will agree. Yep. Okay. Aye. There we go. Oh my gosh. Did you notice that one of them very much looked like Davy Jones?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. With like the faux tentacles, and everything, with the hat, which I believe was Tak Rennod's hat.
Yes, I think so.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think that was Wim.
Yeah, it was Wim, which makes sense because he's kind of like our vehicle for the story.
I mean, he wants to be a pirate.
Yeah.
But maybe the pirate's life isn't for him.
Maybe
he misses home a little bit too much.
And did you catch this little bit of foreshadowing here? Again, love this. The direction's awesome. Where Jod is being the lay, is that what it's called, right? Lay gets put on his shoulders and they take away his knife and he's like, oh, these guys are strict. Gets the martini, but fair.
Yeah.
Sips the glass. Great stuff. I love that. But then after they leave, he calls the knife with the Force. Yeah. Very much a foreshadow to what happens in the final moments of this episode. Again, y'all were cooking this week, guys. They were.
He really did channel Jack Sparrow because it reminded me of, the 2 shillings and let's forget the name. And then he ends up just stealing the shillings.
I know, it's great.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. And real quick, Michael Kramer, I see. Got to go, guys. I'll finish the rest of the live stream. Hey, thanks for being in here. Appreciate you. I think it's really funny. It's good stuff. And a great character to channel Jack Sparrow, because maybe one day we'll talk about it. But Jack Sparrow works as a side character, not as the main character. And Jod's not really our main character. He's not our vehicle. We don't get his point of view. That's very important for a character like that, because that's when you get all of these
chaotic neutral.
Exactly. That's a great way to say it. A chaotic neutral. So then we get into the suite. And this is great
Yeah.
because the whole time, like SM-33 gets the restraining bolt on him, and he's trying to attack people, but it's shocking him out, and it's awesome.
They're playing harps. Can't play a shanty on a harp.
Forgive me there before we get to the suite. Oh, that's a great line, by the way. Can't play a shanty on a harp.
Can't play a shanty on a harp.
It's awesome.
Yes.
So before we get there, we get to know this new character at the receptions desk with Betsy Kettleman.
Oh, Pocket.
So quick fun thing here. I don't know about you, but when she started walking up, did you think what I thought?
Of course I did.
Asajj Ventress.
Asajj Ventress.
just for a moment.
Somehow Asajj Ventress returned.
Yeah. I thought for just a moment as she was approaching, I actually had a moment where I'm like, oh shoot, no way, right? and then of course it's not. It's this other character, which it kind of would have been weird if it was Asajj Ventress, but like I said, for that split second, I was like, we're going there. All right, interesting. Really interesting character. Same actress who played Merida in Brave.
Yeah.
So great actress. Nice Disney legend here.
Yeah.
And awesome interaction. And you talk about Jack Sparrow coded.
Oh, all of this.
This is the scene with him and Rosario Dawson in Pirates of the Caribbean. If you didn't know, by the way, Rosario Dawson is in Ahsoka, is in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
Anna Maria.
Yeah. It's right out of that.
Yeah.
But then we get a really interesting little quote from Pocket. She's bounty hunting for a private client.
It's not Rosario Dawson. It's Zoe Saldana.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Yes, you are absolutely right.
I was just thinking that I'm like, wait,
wait.
Wait. It's Zoe Saldana.
You're right. It is Zoe Saldana. Yeah. Good call. My bad.
Gamora.
Look like an idiot here. Yeah. Huh. Why did I think there was something I just discovered that Rosario Dawson was in that I didn't realize she was in, and I think that's why I made that connection. Now I can't remember what it is, and that's really going to bother me.
It's okay.
Anyway, derailed us for long enough.
Yeah.
Sergio's here. He's like, I was going to say, man, it's Zoe. Yeah, you're right. That's my fault. Gamora.
I got you.
What else is she's in something else?
She's in Avatar.
I was about to say Natiri. She plays Natiri. She's in a lot of really good movies.
I never seen this.
Really?
Yeah.
They're fine. They're visually really good.
She's in Avengers. She's in Avatar.
I know.
She's in Pirates. That's got to be like top money making franchises.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyway, that's enough about her.
Sorry for looking like a dope here. My goodness. Anyway, this scene is very Jack Sparrow coded. It is exactly
the whole thing,
that.
Leaving her in a pit with a bunch of bugs to die.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
Do you think that this client that Pocket works for, is that someone we know?
Maybe.
I know people have been throwing out here like Din, is going to show up. I'm not sure about that.
Din Djarin?
Din Djarin. Yeah.
I think it's more likely.
Din Grogu.
He's at home.
Yeah, right.
Not doing anything.
He's waiting for his movie.
They put him on the shelf. No, if it's anybody, it's Boba Fett.
He's not a bounty hunter anymore.
So he hire clients.
But he's not really with the guild either. That's what she said. She does low-level guild work.
Okay. All right. Well, then who's she working for?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I know.
Maybe. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Huts? Zizor?
I just think that it's
Black Sun?
Yeah. I just maybe.
Yeah.
All these.
I think it's a throwaway line.
You think it's a throwaway?
I think it's a throwaway.
It very well could be. Yeah. We've had a lot of bounty hunter and guild stuff in this era.
Yes.
So I kind of hope that it's not anybody.
She's just making him nervous.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
It is literally like, hey, red sky at night, sailor's delight. But she's red sky in the morn, sailors be warned. That's how she's acting right now.
What he said. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, so people in the chat have some great questions here. And maybe the most important question from this episode.
What's up?
From MacMan. Was that Stinky? Stinky the Hut.
Oh, he's asking the real questions.
Yeah. Did we just get the bear? And here, did we just get... Did that just happen? Did we get our first appearance? Have you seen Have you seen that meme, by the way? It's Ahsoka, and she's like, oh, so Stinky, my goodness, you've grown. And then it's
only you more beautiful.
But he's ripped for some reason. And it's got Jeremy Allen White, that's his name, right?
Yeah, but the whole thing is he's ripped in the bear because he was doing, I think it's because he was doing the wrestling movie.
Okay.
Yeah. They all got super jacked for that.
That
so
meme is so ridiculous.
It is.
So yeah. Stinky the Hut, he made his first appearance here.
Maybe.
In Skeleton Crew.
I'd buy it.
Yeah. I was more interested in the Munes that we got to see.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How cool was that? They were all having a little spa day.
The whole banking clan was there.
Yeah, right.
The summit was happening.
Is Sandhill still alive or did he die? I forget.
I believe he's dead.
Is he dead?
I believe he is.
Oh, wait, no, didn't he?
No, he
Did
doesn't.
Did he die on Munalist?
No. He just gets kind of choked and then he surrenders.
Okay. So, hey, it could be Sandhill. Somehow Sandhill returned here.
No, Anakin kills Sandhill.
When?
He kills all the separatist leaders.
But is he there? Is Sandhill there?
He had to have died before then.
I say those are all.
Well, it's Wat Tamber's there. New Gunray's there.
Yeah. Great comment here from Chris. We almost saw a little too much moon, if you know what I mean. Hey, could have been a full moon out there.
Waiting all day to say that, weren't you?
I thought of it on the spot, believe it or not.
Wow.
Didn't have a note card here or anything. So yeah.
Keep scrolling.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, but we did get a lot of fun stuff here when we get to the suite, which was the next scene after we meet up with Pocket.
Yes.
Or like disguised Asajj Ventress, as I like to say right now.
Yes.
She had a really cool look. I really liked her.
I thought her
vibe.
eyes were really scary. That at the very end where she like looks around and then she's like, well, I gotta be going back to Bath and all. Hey kids, don't trust the Slaymo, and just walks away.
The
and it's like
Slaymo, hey, about that, right?
Hey, we got Wizard, we got Slaymo. I love that the Phantom Menace jargon.
Yeah, I know, it's
slang.
awesome. It's great.
Still being used.
Dualicate's coming in clutch here. According to Wikipedia, Sandhill died on Mustafar. Okay, am I a bad fan or did we see that?
No, we
don't, right?
Dude, we didn't see because Anakin walks into a room, Darth Vader walks into a room and you see Wat Tamber like moving back and forth, and then you don't see any more.
Okay, I didn't know if he was like in the background or something, and like somebody caught that, but I couldn't remember ever seeing him there.
Yeah,
I believe we only ever see him in episode 2 on Geonosis. I mean, we see him in Clone Wars, of course, but I mean in the movies.
Getting called a fake fan.
Getting called a fake.
I knew.
Fan. Seth the hater, me the fake fan. You know what S means?
No, I don't.
It means sarcasm.
I hope so.
Get with the times.
I hope so.
Seth.
I don't know this internet lingo.
My goodness.
This is all I do.
Okay, I keep talking about
an artist.
We keep...
I can't keep up.
Yeah, with those acting chops.
That's what I'm saying. I'm an artist.
We got into the suite, right? So we keep trying
and we're the kids listening. Not well.
Yeah, great stuff. Another great moment of humor here, right?
Yes.
I love the final line. What does he say? I have it right here. We're not searching the buffet. Yeah, it's good stuff, right?
It's a very real thing.
Yeah, because I mean, he's very concerned. Like, murderous pirates are coming. Pockets here. We got to find the.
By the way, there's a bounty on you guys too.
Yeah, we got to find the layer here, and they're all like, hey, I want to be on so-and-so's team. No, I want to be on Wim's team. Why are you going to do that? Can we go to the buffet? And he's like, stop it. No.
Yeah. Focus. Yeah. Focus up. I get it.
Your focus determines your reality.
It's true. It's very, very true. Yes.
Super fun.
Yes.
And then we get to the spa, basically, where we get to explore. That's where we get the Munes. It's where we get the hut scene where he kind of maybe eats the attendant.
But the attendant says, no, not again.
So is he just like rolling him around in his mouth a little bit?
It's weird, dude. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, it makes me uncomfortable. Like how weird. KB was uncomfortable to be down there. If that's happening down there, that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
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 I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest moment here we have to talk about during the spa is once we catch up with Professor Gorlox or Dash Zenton.
Yes, Dash Zenton, aka Mad Captain Silvo, aka Jodwick Zank.
Yeah. So we get all the. Sorry, I just saw this comment. Baronessa Star Wars Hut 4. Stop it. Oh, gosh. Oh, okay. So we get a great moment where JOD punches one of the security guards. And what did that sound like, Seth?
Sound like Indiana Jones's punch.
Yeah, how cool is that, right?
Does JOD punch harder than anybody else in Star Wars?
Maybe.
Because listen, guys, I'm serious. I don't know if you've ever thought about this. Indiana Jones, it sounds at least like he punches harder than any other fictional character.
It's because the sound design in Indiana Jones is just...
It's good.
Man, how many chef kisses can we get in today?
I don't know.
It's great.
My goodness.
Yeah.
All kinds
we
of
were
pizza
talking
rolls.
about the chef a minute ago.
Yes.
So,
yes, the bear
Stinky.
himself. Yes.
So,
Cousin. Have you watched The Bear?
I have not. I've heard it's great.
Dude, there's some wild stuff in The Bear. I think just as a filmmaker, you would appreciate just how they structure some of the episodes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's good
I've
stuff.
heard it's good. It's on my list. One of these days I'll get around to it. But okay, so we get down to the underneath the spa, and we get to meet somebody new here, Cathalops.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, guys. We don't like Space Cthulhu.
Just not the best design. But that's my only complaint this episode.
We had to have one, guys. He doesn't like space owls. What didn't you like last episode? What was your deal? What were you hating on? I don't remember.
I don't remember. There was something that
it was something cool. I know that.
Something.
So now it's Space Cthulhu. We don't like, but I think, at least I thought that this was a stupid pun, his name, Cthulhu, but he packs a wallop.
Yeah.
Cathalops. Is that stupid or is that what they were doing?
Probably. Yeah.
I thought he was actually a fun character. He reminded me
I'm
of
not saying that he's a bad character. I just don't it's I think the Rathtars in Force Awakens look dumb. I think the Bulgogi, is that how I say that in Rogue One?
Gullet. That's what you call it that for some reason.
Because that's what it sounds like. What's his face says? Bring in the Bulgogi. That's what it sounds like. I just don't like that design either. So I just don't really like this design.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he looked like maybe a more adult Claude from The Rise of Skywalker.
Claude didn't even have any appendages, did he?
No, but maybe over time, you don't know. You don't know how they age. Species age differently, as our good friend IG-11 said.
It's true.
Yeah. Dude, Claude, real quick, that guy sucks. I don't understand. I remember, I know this is a super dumb tangent, but there was the first...
Oh, I remember he was the first thing they showed. Yeah,
the first
he's on it.
I know. He's like a primary character.
I know.
On that first Rise of Skywalker poster. He looks so stupid.
And I remember people being like, this guy's going to be something.
Yeah, it's literally that scene from Fanboys where it's the guy, Seth Rogen gets the tattoo
of Jar Jar, little Anakin.
This guy's going to be the...
Yeah.
It's people are all about Claude, right?
Yeah.
But then he was in the movie for 2 minutes. And he's just sitting on the Millennium Falcon. What are you doing?
He's trying to fix it.
Right?
Trying.
Yeah.
He doesn't have hands, though.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the Myth of Crofty is saying here, Claude was a tadpole and Cathalops is an adult. He's the frog. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So don't be hating on Cathalops. I thought he was fun. I thought he was a fun character.
Check out that Duel of the Kates comment, though.
Which one?
No, Duel of the Kates. Go down, 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 down. Right there.
Who is more the hater or the hater that hates him? The Baroness have followed up. Hashtag Konnor is a hater. Connor's hating on Seth. Hey, Seth, he hates too much. I have to drown out his hate. You have to fight hate with hate. Isn't what the Jedi say?
Maybe JOD would say that.
Maybe JOD would say that, I think.
Is that what you want to be? You want to be JOD?
He's pretty cool. I don't know.
He's so cool.
I mean... I could go. I mean, he doesn't really use a gun, but
he doesn't need a gun.
Yeah, he's got the Force.
He's a knife.
Yeah.
It's not a knife. It's a knife.
He gets a real knife by the end of this episode.
He's got one. He still has one in the episode.
I know.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So we're going into the treasure room now because Cathalops packs a wallop.
Yes.
It knocks down TAK RENNOD symbol. They jump down there and we get some cool booby traps here.
Yes.
Which is really interesting.
I know. Because if you look at the booby traps.
If you look at the symbol where the laser comes out on, maybe there's a little hint here that we'll get to when we enter the treasure room. Okay, guys, what do you think? Were they... Here, so they can see both of us. Were they channeling more National Treasure? Raiders of the Lost Ark? Or just straight up Goonies here with that reveal of the treasure room? What do we think?
The music was was Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But I think more than anything, I got National Treasure vibes. It probably wasn't what they were going for.
Yeah.
But just that moment when you see, right?
But the riddle on the ceiling was very speak friend and enter.
Oh yeah. When they go to the acid, right?
Yes.
And they drop the treasure in because that would be It's like a you're right. It's like a riddle. It's a play on words, something like that. Right.
Melon.
Really. Yeah. Hey, this is great. So here we got some people following up. Aaron says all the above. Right. The Mummy. I immediately thought National Treasure, Goonies, and Treasure Room was a missed opportunity to sneak in the Ark from Raiders. Oh, yeah, that would have been cool. Felt very Goonies. The whole sequence was such a fun Goonies. Okay, so maybe people are more leaning on Goonies. It probably is, but I got major National Treasure vibes from it. Just that moment when they finally enter and the fire's going. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. It's a cool moment.
Get to see a statue of Neil's species.
What's up with that? Why is that there?
I don't know. It's weird.
Do you think it was? So we speculated.
Is that from At-Aden?
No, it can't be. I'm thinking it has to be from maybe one of the other planets.
But they don't know about Neil's species.
Well, we know that Akron doesn't, but maybe one of the other ones does.
I don't know.
So,
because I think it's interesting that we haven't seen Neil before, except here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not that he's
maybe he's native to At-Aden, is what you're saying?
Yes, that like they're only on At-Aden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it's hidden. You got to protect Neil at all costs.
Maybe you do.
Yeah. Hey, that Topps card that just came out of Neil's dad, he looks jacked. He's got the tusks and stuff.
Is he more jacked than you think Stinky's going to be?
Dude, I don't know. They're gonna do that's what we need. That's the show we need right there. We need Stinky versus Neil's dad.
In like an arm wrestling contest?
Something like that.
Like Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone?
I'd watch that show.
I'd watch it too.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we get to see the Neil's dad, the Neil's species statue.
Yes.
Yeah, you get me.
Yeah.
And then we get the lightsaber. The musical cue. So good.
Just to remind us again that it's a Star Wars show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you think that as soon as they entered that room? Is that what you thought that they'd find?
A lightsaber?
Yeah.
No.
That was my first thought.
Oh, they were going to find a lightsaber?
Because it's treasure. I'm like, what's a Star Wars treasure? You know? It's got to be... We know Neil's a treasure, but I mean more like monetarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lightsaber, man.
The real treasure is the friends you make along the way.
But that's not what a pirate would think. Think about what JOD would say.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, MacMan's saying here, one of the coolest lightsaber hilts of all time. It's really cool. I like how it's simple, but it's got the gold inlays. So it makes me wonder, High Republic, Old Republic, what are we looking at here?
I don't know. It definitely doesn't look like anything in the Acolyte.
Yeah, it's not a Pringles can, so it's a little thinner.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I think this could definitely be High Republic because everything was gold inlay from the Jedi of that era. Yeah. So that could be trying to tell us that's what era this is all from.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Could be an Electrum lightsaber. I know you're a huge fan of those.
They're okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still salty about our lightsaber tier list. So, yeah. It does look very High Republic, though, is what I'm getting at.
Yes.
So, then we get into the finding the captain's log, where we get to hear from the old devil himself, Tak RENNOD, who confirms that at Aten, the treasure is real. They find the coordinates, and it was the last Old Republic mint.
And it looks like BB-8's little map.
Yeah,
when they pull it up.
Yeah,
like the missing piece.
R2's?
Sure. Yeah. Yes, the missing piece. Yeah, that BB-8 slots in, right?
Yeah.
Or does R2 have the missing piece? I thought BB-8 has the missing piece and R2 has all of it.
Oh, yes, you're right. Yeah. Sorry. They combine it. Yeah. Really interesting. What we have here with the Old Republic mint, first of all, vindication, I think, for you, because this is what you were guessing for a long time. I mean, this was like a mine, a mint. They were minting something.
That they were digging something up.
So it's curious. Basically, where are they going with this, with the Old Republic mint? Why is it hidden? Why hide a mint?
Infinite money.
So here, I'm going to make a connection. I found it really curious that the episode that we find out about the Old Republic mint is the same episode that the banking clan is here. Right? They had to choose that, right? That was a choice to put the banking clan on this planet.
Interesting.
Right? Not that I'm saying that the banking clan knows necessarily about Skullridge Mountain, what's underneath there, the lair.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe the writers and the director here is trying to make a connection with the Star Wars fans that like, oh, there's something there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Hago Dumask Holdings.
Right.
Yeah.
My thought, wild theory here. My thought is that the Old Republic Mint was actually providing minting for the galaxy for thousands of years. And it was such a commodity that a liability perhaps, that it had to be hidden away.
Yeah.
And so it was hidden away during the Old Republic. And now still it's a conspiracy that just kind of trails, right? Almost like to connect to National Treasure again, like the President's Secret Book, right? It's like the new chancellor gets that and like, oh, At-Aten is where we get our money.
Yeah.
Interesting. So but we need to keep that a secret.
Yeah.
And maybe
we can't just print infinite money.
Maybe there's something there with the banking clan. Maybe the banking clan is like launders the money from At-Aten into more usable currency, because another thing, we went back
and watched the first episode,
and what they're learning about in school is exchange rates for currency
for things off planet and on planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like why do that? Because when you go back to that first episode and you watch those, there's so much little hints already to stuff that we know about now. Why set those breadcrumbs about exchange rates for currency? And then we get here later with the banking clan and all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Is that crazy? You think that there could be something there?
It's weird too that like people don't look at their money and just go, oh, we can't do anything with that. Like it still is valuable, and apparently it's really valuable. So their Republic or their credits still are, what are they called? Dataries? Isn't that what they're called?
Yeah, they're called dataries.
Yeah,
yes.
like their dataries are still usable. So I think that's interesting as well. So do you think that like they print them, then they leave the planet, and then they get turned into current money?
Well, that's what I'm saying about the exchange rate. Maybe they have to go through the dataries, get
the proper channels or whatever.
Yeah, because people know about this stuff out there in the galaxy. So I don't think it's people wouldn't see a data and be like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like it's gold, I guess, but or whatever,
No, they knew exactly what it was. Even the lowly barman,
right?
In episode 2.
Yeah.
Knew it. Yeah.
So I think there's something there. I think there's something there. We were missing some pieces of this puzzle, but I do think it's really curious that the banking clan is on world. I think that, again, they're trying to draw a subtle connection, a subconscious connection with us, the viewer, us who are crazy and know all this stuff about the lore and everything. We're super nerds about it. We're going to make that connection to, okay, currency, banking clan. What is that? What's going on here? Right.
Perfection.
So maybe there's something dirty going on behind the scenes with the money, where they can do that. Yes. McKenna says that fungibility is what they're talking about in episode 1. Yes. They're talking about multiple currencies though. I guess I'm adding a little bit with the exchange. That seems like what they're talking about exchange rates. Yeah. But they do use the term fungibility. You are right. Check it in with you guys real quick before we kind of get into the last moment here, the last big moment of the episode. Chris Ivanovic says about the lightsaber. We know one thing. It wasn't yellow tier. Thank goodness. I was worried when I saw the High Republic.
Someone's paying attention.
Yeah.
What if it fired up and it was yellow?
Dude, I would have just...
You just turned it off?
Yeah, it would have just been 0 out of 10, I guess. We just had to turn it off and move on.
Yeah.
One day I'll have to go deep on this about why I hate yellow lightsabers, but would have upset me. It would have been a black mark on this show. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Very happy lightsabers are no longer Pringles cans from Kez and Nico. Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm so glad. Baronessa, great tidbit here. It puts Tak RENNOD between 500 and 300 years or so, like he operated during the High Republic. Yes. So I think that's plenty of time to become a legend. And for the Onyx Spinner to be buried and everything. I think that At-Aten, it actually creates layers to the legend, right? Because At-Aten was already a legend by Tak RENNOD's time, and then Tak RENNOD had time to become a legend himself.
To disappear.
So
looking for the legend.
Old Republic, High Republic, and now we're in
That's what I'm saying. I said that at the top.
I'm just reiterating. That's all. Somehow Plagueis returned. Yeah, with the Munes. What did I do? Konnor the hater? Oh, yellow lightsabers. I was like, what was I hating on? I forgot. I do hate yellow lightsabers. Good call. What if Tak RENNOD is the same species as Yoda? I think we know exactly what species Tak RENNOD is. So, got some show and tell here for you. You ready for this? About to blow your guys' mind. 1, 2, boom. Look at that guy on the right. Look at him. See that? That's Hondo Ohnaka. But I'm not saying that Tak RENNOD is Hondo Ohnaka. Don't be crazy here. But look at this skull. That's a weak way. 100%. That's a weak way.
And then when you look at the booby traps, the skulls look like a weak way as well.
Those are absolute. So there's a lot of weak way iconography here. And then if we take just a little closer look, we get moments. Now look, I know these are super clear, but if you really look at this,
enhance,
take a screenshot, zoom in,
enhance.
This is definitely a weak way.
Yeah.
This guy, 100%. There's another one. See, you can see really well here. Oh, you guys can't see my mouse. What am I doing? You can see right there in the middle, like those kind of like, the little spikes that come down or on the, I keep doing it. On the outer sides.
It's all you. I can't see it.
Oh, you can't see it
I can't see anything.
Oh, yeah. Look right there. There you go. But you can definitely see like the spikes coming off the chin, right? I think there's something to this, guys. And I have one more show and tell piece. This one's not quite as clear, but I think you can really see
that telltale, the jawline and the spikes off the, like right here.
Yeah, I think you can really see it right here. And then, here's a close up of the lightsaber, by the way, if we want to look at that. I forgot to pull it up.
Wow.
Look at that. Isn't that cool? Neato.
Yeah. Neato Frito.
I think that it's very clear Hondo is a weak way, excuse me. Obviously, Hondo is a weak way.
Of course, Konnor. Do you even watch Star Wars?
TAK RENNOD is a weak way. Now, why is this important? Because, he's just a species. It should just be a nice callback to Hondo, right?
Yeah.
Nice little callback.
Because, he is kind of the pirate.
Right. And somebody's saying here, Hondo's great granddad from Baronessa, TAK RENNOD is Hondo's grandfather. I wonder if that has a little bit of legs, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know, maybe like Jack Sparrow, son of a very famous pirate captain in the series. So that's not, I doubt it, but that's not insane. Like, I wouldn't, if you revealed that to me, I would not be upset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Keeping it in the family.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think there could be something to that. I did want to point out something really interesting. Some behind the scenes stuff here. So way back when we were getting some information about Skeleton Crew, we knew there was going to be a weak way in the show.
Yes.
Like there was some like Best Bulletin making Star Wars and stuff. We knew about that.
Yeah.
At this point in the show, I think they were clearly talking about TAK RENNOD.
Yeah.
Right.
And the way Jaleel White described his character was like a weak way.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he plays him as well. Because what? Oh,
I have some information here. This character goes suspiciously uncredited in the credits. I think there's only one reason to do that. Like, you could argue that the whole obscuring the face thing is just for the kids.
Yeah.
Like, narratively speaking, because if they revealed it and maybe that is the supervisor or something, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a theory. Maybe they would be like, oh, hey, that's the supervisor from Ad-Atten. That's weird. Why is he's not a pirate?
Here? Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So maybe the obfuscation is simply for that narrative purpose. Otherwise, you're obfuscating it from the audience, because otherwise if it's not the supervisor, the kids and JOD don't know who that is.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to obscure the face. So that's for us then.
Yeah.
So why obscure the face for us? That's really curious.
Yeah.
Why do that, right? And why make the actor go uncredited here? Also really interesting. So the actor who plays him in the French dub is the same voice actor who does Hondo Ohnaka. Isn't that curious? Now, I don't think Jim Cummins is doing doing TAK RENNOD, but yeah, right? It's interesting.
Weird.
Isn't that weird? Here's another, but
it's not Hondo. Like,
no, it's not Hondo. I wonder if they're trying to draw a connection here.
Yeah.
The other thing that I noticed, I think from the same French dub, is that JOD's voice actor, you'll hear something crazy, Kyle Katarn.
Like our Kyle Katarn, or the same one that was
like the French dub for Kyle Katarn also does the French dub for JOD.
I think that's just coincidence.
It could be. Definitely. But isn't that interesting?
It is. Just keep it in the family with Star Wars stuff. There's no way.
Now I'll have to reveal this as well. I did read on some Reddit forums that there's just not a lot of French voice actors. So that could be part of it.
So it's just kind of like, if they had kept Harry Potter going, they were going to run out of people just because everybody's in Harry Potter.
Yeah, right.
I got you. Yeah.
So, but interesting, right? There's something to the idea of this character being obscured from the audience, obscured from the characters, and uncredited. And now that we know for sure that he is a weak way. Yeah. And we know that there's a very prominent pirate captain that is a weak way.
Yeah.
Curious. That's all. That's all I'm getting at.
Gotcha.
Grayified X says holograms aren't the size of the user. They can be enlarged and shrunken depending on the hologram projector used. That's true.
Yeah.
Please have Hondo in live action from Greg Foskett. Maybe the rat living in SM-33's eye is secretly the captain. You know, could be. I love this from Dualicates. Jim Cummings been real quiet since your interview. Hey, he lied to our faces.
He
Can you believe that?
He lied right to our faces.
Yeah.
Because we like ended it going like, well, I hope we get to see some Hondo soon.
And he was like, well, let Lucasfilm know.
You won't
send them a letter.
Yep, because I want more work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we found out he's an Outlaws and maybe in this show.
Yeah.
But, yeah. One of these days we'll actually get that interview posted. We had some like, you know, we had to get some permissions to post it.
Yeah.
We can't post the whole thing, but we'll post a highlight here at some point.
That we had to go through some channels.
Yeah, we had to really navigate some hyperspace lanes on that one.
Yes.
But hey, we got approval. So now it's just a matter of getting it out to you guys. But what do you think? I guess to close this part out, are we getting Hondo?
No. I could see him. I could see it, but I just feel like when would he show up? Because like, let's think about where they're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? He gets the kids out. The kids end up riding with Hondo.
I think you're right. I think the only way that we get a Hondo cameo is kind of like how we get C-3PO and R2-D2 in Rogue One, a literal cameo.
Yeah.
Just like, what's going on? You know, as he's looking around.
On kids. Yeah. I feel like that's how it has to be.
Because right here, Aaron's saying, isn't Hondo dead by then? Could he still make an appearance? He's definitely alive because he's in Galaxy's Edge, right? Yeah. That's sequel trilogy era. Mm-hmm. So he's definitely around.
Yeah.
Yes, as two characters we still need in live action are Ventress and Hondo. Hey, we almost got both of them this episode, kind of, sort of. I mean, Pocket really looked like a Asajj Ventress there for a minute. So the final moment of this episode, we have JOD, who drowns all the pirates in acid.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And dude, that's cold. That's super cold.
Yeah.
And then you hear Gunter say, Silva.
But
he better not be dead.
We've seen some shots in the trailer that we've not seen yet in the show. So I think he's still around. He probably was like standing up top, like, man, all my homies died.
I assume that's what happened as well. But still, he better not be dead.
Yeah, we need more. We need more Jaleel White.
We do need more Jaleel White.
Yeah. So that happens, and then JOD challenges Fern for right to being a captain,
which we learn now in episode 2. It's like one of the first things that SM-33 tells them.
Yeah, because Wim's all like, I wanted to be the captain. He's like, you could. You just have to challenge her to a fight.
Fight to the death.
Right. Mm-hmm. We get this really dark sort of exchange where JOD takes Fern by the neck because she refuses to fight. He's like, hey, just yield, so I don't have to hurt you.
Yeah.
Do you think he would have hurt her?
Yes.
Right. I know. It's crazy. And we're learning more about this character. You know, he's
to get what he wanted. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that he cares sort of, but he cares about himself more, obviously.
Yeah.
And now that he has that information, he's ready to go. You know, he doesn't need them anymore, but he doesn't kill them at the end.
No, he
tells
just says
SM-33 to take them prisoner. Which is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wonder what he would have done if they would have taken him prisoner, I guess. Maybe he still was hoping to get more information about AT-AT and about them.
I mean, he's going to take him home.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, he would have taken him home.
You think so?
Yes. He's not going to kill him.
So why, I guess I don't understand why he wouldn't have just left Fern as captain. Did he just want, because they want to go there too, right?
Yes.
So why make the power move?
Probably to just make sure that things are in place when they re-enter the barrier, that he's in charge.
Okay.
Because now he can like keep radio silence. He can, you know, if they go in with her in charge, it's like, Mom, Dad, help, you know, like that we're here with, you know, but I do think it's weird that he didn't take the Han Solo route, that it was just like, okay, give me my reward. But I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
But at the same time, they could Jack Sparrow him where it's like, no, dude, you're a pirate. Like one good act doesn't, you know, yeah.
Well, Baronessa is saying in here, right, that like, it's to gain full control of SM-33, which yes, but
we know now too that SM-33 betrayed the captain. I think that's kind of
maybe we're speculating. So
he says it. He says the captain was betrayed by his first mate and started a mutiny.
I guess my point is their goals are aligned. Like the kids and JOD still at this moment.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the point. Like, yes, to gain full control of SM-33, sure, but Fern would have done the same thing, right? She at this point. Now I could see later once if their goals did not align anymore, then JOD making this move.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I like the decision because it's the intrigue is great. I just wonder why at this moment does he decide to just
pick this?
Yeah. Is it just because, okay, he has all the information he needs, whatever, get out of my way. It could just be that simple, but I find it curious that as of right now, they still have the same goals. So why make this move?
Yeah.
Is he really just super bad news? I just saw it. Like Phidias was saying, JOD murders innocent people in the first episode. Dude is bad news. You're right. Absolutely. But killing New Republic soldiers or like the guy in the New Republic ship versus these kids is like different layers of bad. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. It's interesting. Do you think he's going to try to link up with his old crew? Like, hey, I know something you don't know. You can't. Well,
you know that they're going to have to. Brutus is going to send more people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, JOD can't roll into Ad-Atten by himself. Maybe he needs his crew back, and maybe this is how he does a mutiny against Brutus.
Maybe.
Could be, right?
Kind of turning very Jack and Barbossa.
Yes.
That's all I was saying. It's trying to turn the crew against Barbossa.
Right.
Yeah. Because, Barbossa turned the crew against Jack.
Right. So it's just back and forth.
Yep. Silvo and Brutus going back and forth.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think that's definitely a dynamic that we could be exploring. And then we have sort of the final moment here. Great moment. Awesome moment. Before that, where we have Wim coming up to save Fern. Get the music swelling. He's holding out that lightsaber, but it was upside down.
Should have read a little closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like where he was like, this isn't like the stories. It's not going to end the right way.
Yeah. It's just, what a great visual gag.
Yes.
What an awesome just build up, because it teases you even more, right? Because the lightsaber, as soon as you see it, Chekhov's gun.
Yep.
Instantly. You know that thing's getting ignited at some point.
Yeah.
And then to do it in this way, where it's like, it's teasing you. It's playing with you a little bit because, we're going to see more of that thing going forward. And we know probably Wim's going to have his moment later.
Yes.
So I love this tease that, Wim might be having his moment now, but nah, you got to wait. You got to wait. Here's a little laugh for you in the meantime.
Yeah.
This show balances humor and like weighty moments so well, effortlessly, because you get that, which is really funny. And then you get the moment right after it where JOD calls the saber to his hand and, cut to black.
Oh yeah.
How cool is that?
It is. And that activation sound is wild too.
Yeah. Right.
It sounds real old. Does not seem like it is a, an OT trilogy lightsaber.
Right.
Or a prequel trilogy lightsaber.
No, it doesn't.
For that matter. Yeah.
It reminds me of, even stuff from Acolyte, even they're a little older than that. So
it almost kind of, again, has a Kylo Ren kind of, that there's something might be wrong with it.
Yeah, a little crackle or something. Yeah, I caught that too. Just love the moment. Love the end of this episode. And because I truly don't know where, we're going to find out where the kids go, when they dropped, because they went through the trap door. And I think that's exciting. What's going to happen there?
That's your Goonies.
Yeah.
I think now it's really Goonies. Yeah.
But now the story diverges because we've really just had an A plot for the most part. Yeah, we cut away to Pocket or maybe Brutus from time to time.
Yeah.
But really we're just following.
Or the parents.
Yes. Yeah. But really we're just following the A plot for the most part. Now we're split. I think we're going to get, I think it's a possibility we don't get any JOD next episode. I could see that. Where
That'd be wild.
We wait a little bit because we have to follow the kids.
It could be interesting, like seeing him from the kid's perspective.
Yeah.
Like, that they can see what he's doing, but you don't actually you're not following him.
Well, we pointed out that in past episodes, we cut away from JOD when he's doing stuff.
It's true.
Cut away every time. We don't ever see the guy in action. We got to see him do the Indy punch.
We will see him in action.
Either we will finally see him in action, or I think there's a good possibility, like what you said, we just get the kid's perspective
of what he's doing.
Because that's what we've been seeing this whole time. I guess that's got to be where they're going, because the show is very much about the kid's point of view and the adventure that they're living. So now I think that we have to follow them, and we're not going to follow JOD.
Yeah.
So that could be really intriguing to see when we catch up with JOD, what's going on with him.
How well do you know Treasure Island? Good or bad?
Not much. I don't know much about it.
Okay, it's fine. I can't remember any. I don't know why. I'm blanking so bad on the characters' names. Anyway, it reminds me. I just watched Muppet Treasure Island, and I feel so stupid because I can't remember any of the characters' names. The Jim Hawkins is the little boy.
Okay.
Yes, that exchange between Wim and JOD really reminded me of like an exchange between Jim Hawkings and then Tim Curry's character in Muppet Treasure Island. I can't remember what that character's name is. It's the pirate that's in it.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's fine. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. But just that like going where it's like, you're going to hurt yourself. Don't use it.
Right.
Yeah. Long John Silver. Thank you. There it is, man. Entire restaurant chain named after him.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. Gosh. Anyway, just had like huge. All I can think is like, yeah, like it's fine. Anyway.
So okay, I guess
I'm just embarrassed.
you should be. Can't believe you didn't remember that, Seth. About this movie that I totally watched.
I'm the worst.
So Baronessa is chiming in here with her thoughts on what could have happened here. Baronessa, I can think of two things. Mad with greed, knowing it is a mint planet, of course. B, he requires to be in charge to fully make sure that they will survive the pirates that are hunting them. Maybe I could see that. Because following up here with that, we have from Phidias, I think the next episode is going to have more escaping bounty hunters, and JOD is going to need the kids' help to survive. That could be interesting. That could be a way for us to link back up. But I wonder if it'd be too quick though next episode, because now we're at odds. The characters are at odds. We can't just get back together real quick.
No. Bye, Chris.
Oh, where's that?
It's at the very bottom.
Oh, from Chris. Bye, Chris. Oh, yes, Chris. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Yep.
Really interesting. So, do you have any theories where we headed next episode?
Again, I think so. JOD's going to start making provisions, but he's got to also find a way out of that chamber. He doesn't know how to get out of that chamber because there's acid back there.
Good point.
Yes. So he's got to find another way out. The kids have a way out already. They're out. Yeah. So I think that, again, they're going to all work their way back to the Onyx Cinder. Okay. So it's going to be a race to the Onyx Cinder, essentially. Yes. But I wonder if we're going to have another National Treasure reference here because... Or is JOD going to get locked in there? Is that what you think? Or they know that there's another way out. Yes. Right. Because there has to be another way out for ventilation and all this stuff. Yes. So it's going to be really interesting. I kind of wonder if next episode, we're not even going to see how JOD escapes at all. It's just going to be, oh, shoot, he's now. I mean, he does have a lightsaber. Yeah. I mean, he can cut his way through almost anything now. That's true. Yes. That's true. So I guess time will tell. The other thing, too, SM-33 can lock in. There's got to be another way out. Because he can just, SM-33 can open a door for him. He could just remove the acid and then open the door again. It's true. He could just do that, or there's got to be another way out. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Well, time will tell. New Year's Eve, we're going to find out. I really do want to see JOD sit in that chair, though. Don't you? In the weak way chair? Yeah. All mall-like. Yeah. Do that. There you go. Getting the dogs for free today, chat. Oh, sorry about that. Stay wearing shoes. Fun fact about me. Yep. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I think it's about time we hear from the homies at home, even though there's a ton of homies at home here in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here again. Let's head over to the community spotlight. You must feel the force around you. Hey. Community spotlight time, formerly known as the fan questions, because on the community spotlight, we like to highlight an artist at the top of the show or at the top of the segment. And of course your questions. But today we're not doing an artist spotlight only because the submission we have for the artist spotlight, I need to put it in the oven a little more for like getting up, so that you guys could see it well with the graphics and everything. And let's face it, it was Christmas this week. Just needs a little bit more love. Yeah. Not from the artist. They did awesome. Yeah. Just for me, because I need to display it properly because it's so good. So next week, that'll be on the artist spotlight. If you have a spotlight that you would like to share, just something, what we always say, it doesn't need to be art, just something that you're working on. Something cool. Something you're proud of. Yeah. Like we've had music. We've showed some 3D prints. We've showed some minis being painted. Artwork, all that stuff. So please feel free to send it over to, you'll see it right there, beyondtheduneshow@gmail.com or Instagram @beyondthedunesea. And we will be happy to display that for you guys.
But this week, we are just going to jump in straight to the fan questions. We'll keep you guys up with all that stuff, or the artist spotlight next week. First one from Abigail Sky. This episode was so good. The humor, the adventure, the betrayal, the lightsaber. Did the Hutt eat the attendant?
He burps. It's weird.
Seth really don't like that.
It's just unnerving. How about that? That's a good word for it.
It is a little strange.
Yes.
It is a little strange. Okay, next question from Darth Christensen 66. Plagueis in a hot spring.
What would Plagueis sound like in a hot spring, Konnor? Can you give us a little bit of that?
We almost made a skit about this. Just like, I can't even do the voice anymore.
What do you mean you can't do it anymore? It was like less than a year.
I gotta,
just imagine yourself. Get 2 seconds. Just put yourself in the hot spring.
Okay, just
and
like,
now Palpatine. Hold on, Palpatine walks up. My lord, do you require more towels or anything?
Oh, my young apprentice, please. I can't because I don't have a script. There's nothing here in front of me.
Fine, I'll do a terrible impression of you doing an impression of Darth Plagueis. Oh, my apprentice, please, you spoil me. Bring me some blue milk. Oh, my. I mean, that's how he. Oh, this mud bath feels so good. Gotta get real down in there. There we go. Bring me a towel. Now.
If you guys didn't know, that's the biblically accurate Plagueis right there. That's what he sounds.
What he sounds like.
Yeah. Little tales from the archives reference for you.
Yes.
So, my goodness, I thought about it doing the skit, but I'm like, nobody's gonna get that. Oh my goodness, too fun. Okay. See, I'm not good. I'm not good at improv. Seth's the improv guy. I script everything. That's why I can't do it. Aaron says, I've been watching episode 1 behind Seth. I could hear every scene in my mind. Hey.
What scene are we at?
Eyes are up here.
I can't see it.
We're on, where are we at? Hold on.
I can't see it.
I can't see it either. It's, we're at Padme's suite with Palpatine. She's talking and she's about to go home. Yeah.
Oh, so she's made the decision to go home?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next main question.
So in the timeline, Plagueis is running there to try to meet Anakin.
That's true. We got Plagueisception going on. He's technically in these seeds.
He's there.
Yeah.
Yes.
How about that? Isn't that crazy?
He's even watching The Last Will Reveal Ourselves to the Jedi.
Yeah, right. He's just off screen.
Yes. He's like looking.
Yeah, no, binoculars.
Yeah.
Being a little creep.
Yes.
Okay. From Michael_Kramer98. Whose lightsaber do you think it was? Well, I don't think that it was anybody like famous.
No.
I think that it's just maybe, I think High Republic is probably a good call.
What would be even crazier is what if it is TAK Rennod's?
Oh, like if he was Force sensitive?
Yeah. What if he had one?
That's crazy. That could be interesting.
Rennod. Sorry. TAK Rennod.
Marcus.Katie. We going to get some sweet JOD Wood lightsaber action? I mean, Chekhov's gun, man. I think we got to at some point.
What I like the idea of is like, he's almost kind of now, he's hunting the kids. He's kind of, maybe we might shift into kind of a little serial killer, like 80s, like kind of being hunted. Not scary.
Do you think he cares though? Do you think he cares about the kids?
Oh, no. I think, they are a liability, but he wants to get out.
Yeah.
But I think that like, it's going to be a little bit of like, it's not going to be, I don't think he'll be super proficient with it.
Okay.
I think he's going to use it like a hammer, not like a sword.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. It definitely could be.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is this right? Nope. Wrong one. Couldn't remember where we're at. Katybug, the crafter, do you think it was just a random lightsaber in the treasure room? So kind of like this last question. Yes, I think it was just a random lightsaber in the treasure room.
Well, I'm sure that there's a story that goes with it, that they defeated
there's going to be a comic at some point.
Some grand Jedi that they decided to take out.
Yes.
Yes.
From Katiesaurus.rex, each time I think of the environment is to Earth for Star Wars, the story convinces me, except space owls. Yeah, hashtag Katie the hater here. She also hates space owls. Look at that.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I will agree with you, Katie. I think I was the same. All the Earth looking like suburbia, all that stuff really made me worried for this show. But I will agree. I think that it's drawn me in.
I think the whole thing is that we're going to learn that all that iconography is in order to keep it hidden somehow, like to keep up the facade. I don't know how they're going to play that off, but I feel like it has to be part of more of the secret of the fact that it's a mint,
right,
and stuff.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And Dualicate's in here as well. Says I just wasn't sold on the space spa at first, right? Yeah. Was it the Munes who did it? Or was it the Hutts? Was it Stinky in the vats that sold you? You're like, you know what? This is Star Wars. What am I talking about? All right, next one from the Hungry Bookworm _ So curious about where that trap door goes and how they get back to the ship. I think that's what we're headed next episode. That's going to be really interesting.
I'm thinking some Temple of Doom. Some Temple of Doom where like they're going to be able to see what's going on. They're probably actually going to be able to see when Brutus catches up with JOD, and I bet they're going to decide to save him.
So the kids will have to save JOD. That could be interesting. From David Furtado 15, I feel like JOD refilling the room with acid is a great reminder of how dangerous he actually is. I think you are spot on. Yes, that was a great moment.
Well, he laughed at locking the controls and then slamming the ship into the planet.
Yeah,
at the sign of mutiny.
I also just have to say that acting was terrific of Jude Law. There, I mean, he's great already in the show, but he's like kind of hunched a little bit. His neck is cocked. He's like almost got an underbite going on. He's just
looking more pirate. And I think this is the actual JOD.
Yeah.
At this point, now there's no more facade.
Do you think we'll ever learn his real name?
No.
No, it's always going to be a secret.
Yeah.
That could be. I'm down with that. I like the intrigue.
Yeah.
From at Mikey James Yates, do you think JOD is a Force-sensitive kid who escaped through the path seen in the Obi-Wan show? There's an interesting theory.
Discovered and then removed.
I think he's too old for that. I think he had to have been like a teenager maybe when he was found. That's why I like the idea of him being a Boken Jedi. Like maybe he was found too old, but like was trained by somebody named Nana Wood.
Yeah.
And that's how he got just enough, right? I keep losing my place there. Oh, Greg Foskett, enjoying the series. Episode reminded me of Goonies. Hope for more good Star Wars episodes. Happy Christmas. Enjoying the Star Wars content you provide. Got to redo it because I didn't read the whole thing. Any Star Wars recommendations for winter? Well, thank you, Greg. Merry Christmas. Merry late Christmas for you as well.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Like book-wise? Star Wars recommendations?
What's your Star Wars recommendation right now?
Well, I mean, if you haven't watched Gindie's stuff, watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so good.
See it behind Seth? That's it.
Check that out.
That's the sauce right there.
I mean, if you're looking for a comic book, they are doing the Battle of Jakku right now in the Marvel comics. So that's kind of neat. Early next year, they're starting that Jedi comic where every issue is going to be a different like short story about the Jedi, and then the legacy of Darth Vader, which will be told from Kylo Ren's perspective. They're also doing that, which I am super excited for with that.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. So my recommendation, I've been playing some video games, not any Star Wars ones. I've been actually playing Sly Cooper because I've never played that before. You know what that is?
Is that the one with like is he like a raccoon?
Yeah. Yeah. The Thievius Raccoonus.
Gotcha.
That's been fun. But, and I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. Not Star Wars related, but some good Star Wars games for the winter. I like a good just Lego Star Wars is always fun to just chill. If you're looking for a cozy kind of experience, because they're not hard and there's not a lot of stakes there. The Jedi games are great too. That's one I've been kind of itching to replay. Or Knights of the Old Republic is one that I'm hoping to pick up here within the next couple of weeks.
I keep hearing Outlaws is getting better and better the more they keep kind of showing it love, right? Or no?
I can't recommend Outlaws. It's a Ubisoft game.
Okay. Anyway,
personally,
next question.
I can't. Ubisoft is here's a fun, just because somebody in here said it. Ghost of Tsushima is fantastic. You know what it is? Ghost of Tsushima is like if there was the game devs were Assassin's Creed fans and were like, man, Ubisoft sucks. What if we made a good Assassin's Creed game? That's Ghost of Tsushima, in my opinion. So
okay,
there you go. That's just. Let's see Connor's Calcestus. I'm sure he has him with a yellow lightsaber. Listen, guys. Okay. No. I sometimes rock the green or the blue, and I always do blaster stance on Survivor. But no, touch the ugly yellow. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little zesty, I'll throw on the purple. Throw a little Electrum, because you can do that on the lightsaber. But most of the time I'm rocking. I like the ice blue. That's probably my favorite because there's like 2 shades of blue. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Konnor is a Ubisoft hater. I will wear that badge proudly. Yes. I agree. We need a Star Wars What If series. Hey, Matt, I don't know if you watched it. It's not quite What If, but watch that Lego show. Rebuild the Galaxy. It's pretty good. Good stuff.
We did I don't know if you watched it. We did a What If episode a couple episodes back too.
How did I forget that? Yeah, we did that. So if you want Star Wars What If content, shameless plug, go watch our What If episode because it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
I really liked our first two scenarios. Yeah, those are probably my favorites. Yes. But the last couple with the sequels are really fun too. Mm-hmm. And then he says Outlaws is great. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I'm not saying the game is bad. I can't support Ubisoft as a company. I just don't like them. But anyway, moving on. From Pro Jason Wingard, Jod's next fake name is going to be Albus Weasley. Also, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, Albus Weasley. I love that. That should be it. What was the name in the Fantastic Beasts movie? It was like, the other Dumbledore name. You get the reveal. There's another one like Altarius or something like that.
Oh, for Credence, like his name, isn't he like Aberforth Dumbledore or something like that?
No, that's his actual brother. Oh. This is the new one that we didn't know about.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I
don't remember either. Katie here says, I like the what if Han Solo joined the Empire and y'all talked about the Battle of Endor without him. What would the rebellion do without his genius tactics of tapping the shoulder and running away? Listen, hey, I thought the beginning of that I was like, man, she's getting that's nice, giving us some props for the what if, but then that just turned south by the end of that comment. I thought it was fun.
I could get real nasty, but I'm going to choose not to.
Stop it. Okay, and final fan question. Hey, if you guys in the chat have any questions, go ahead and throw them up on screen before we wrap the show up. From hold on just a sec. Rock and Roll Babe, that's it. Rock and Roll Babe 1. Have you heard of Captain EO? Supposedly, Skeleton Crew is freakishly similar. Of course, I've heard about Captain EO. Seth, what have you heard about him?
I know a little bit about Captain EO.
Yeah, I know all about it.
Saving the world.
I'm such a Captain EO
dancing.
Fan. Yeah. I was actually just informed about this before the episode. I was not aware. This is the Michael Jackson thing,
Jackson, George Lucas kind of coming together for a Disney performance. Yeah. It was a ride.
Yeah.
A very, very long experience. Yeah. Yeah, that was at Disney World.
I've heard that I've heard there's
and his little creature, I don't remember its name. They let it loose.
Yeah, that was in the second episode.
The second episode, yeah. Yes.
There you go.
He is saving people through the power of dance.
Right.
Moonwalking.
When I switch the camera, it's going to throw that back up there because I forgot to disable it, but there we go. Hey, anybody have any last minute questions before we wrap up the show? Mm-hmm. We have Aurelius. That's what it was. Aurelius Dumbledore was the name. Thank you. Appreciate it. From Devil's Mist Rising. I just noticed the blue top that JOD wears is very much like Han Solo's in Empire Strikes Back. Ooh. I'm telling you, Han Solo with the Force. That's the vibes he's giving me. Baronessa, Yoon had a cool yellow saber that Kyle later used to slay Saris and Jarek. I can't, I'm sorry. It's not cool. You say cool yellow saber. It's an oxymoron. I can't do it.
Gotcha.
That's my one. The temple guards are the one exception to the yellow saber thing. Okay. There's a couple exceptions, but here, well, you know what?
Rey Skywalker.
We've been talking about this for too long. So now I just have to, here's why I don't like yellow lightsabers, okay?
Wow,
I've explained this before, but for everybody new who it is, like, what's the deal with this yellow lightsaber thing? It's because they've overdone them in the current era. I like them with the Temple Guards. I actually kind of like Rey's. And there's a couple other characters, but for some reason during the Disney era, the first thing that tipped me off to this, I hate Luke's yellow lightsaber. I don't like it. It is one of my least favorite things in canon.
Even though the fact that it's a Temple Guard's lightsaber.
Yes, but I don't like that Luke has it. That's my thing. Okay. It's not that the concept of a yellow saber, whatever, that's fine. I don't care about that. Okay. But I don't like that for some reason. It was like after Rey got her yellow lightsaber, because that was fresh. It was new at the time. Cool. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
But for some reason, now everybody gets a yellow lightsaber. Like I really don't like Luke's because of this. I don't like the narrative implication here because, his father's lightsaber was so important. And then building his new green lightsaber was so important. Oh, but he just had this random Temple Guard lightsaber in between Empire and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
No big deal.
For all these adventures.
And it's just, I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate that. And then there's this comic about, it's this Phantom Menace comic, which is actually really good. It came out for the, I think 25th anniversary. And
it's just a bunch of short stories.
Yeah. And Anakin dreams of being a Jedi. And what does he have? A yellow lightsaber. There it is. Like, why not green and blue, guys? Some people get the special ones like Mace Windu. But then he gets that one. And then you have...
It's the color of sand.
And that's it, man. It's the color of sand. And then you have like the High Republic, I think, way overdo it because then you have to ask the question, like, why are there no more yellow lightsabers when we get to the prequels? Like, you're telling me like basically 1 out of every 2 Jedi, if you watch The Acolyte, has a yellow lightsaber.
Yeah.
But then you get to the prequels and nobody has one anymore.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense to me.
I got you.
I don't know. I just think they've overdone it. That's what I'm saying. I think it's overdone, and I get irritated every time I see a new one. But my main issue with yellow lightsabers is Luke's. I really don't like that in between ESB and ROTJ. So there you go, guys. There's the lore dump for those of you. To come back next week and we'll explain the pizza roll joke. Yeah. So, all right. Any other questions did I see in the chat before we round out the show? Appreciate that Seth has this knowledge about a defunct Disney Michael Jackson ride, right? I'm glad he does too. They use yellow lightsabers as shorthand for cool and different. No, it's not. No. Okay. Orange is the same as yellow. I don't mind orange. Balin's and Shins are fine. I think those are cool. I hate yellow lightsabers too. Thanks, Greg. I knew I could count on you. But yeah, there you go. What?
It's just funny. It's just shorthand for being cool.
All right, guys. So
Django even rode Captain EO. That's kind of fun.
You did? You rode
Yes.
Captain EO back in 87.
Yeah.
That is cool. So what's going on in the next couple weeks to round out the show? Well, this week is New Year's. We're going to try to maybe have a reaction video for episode 6. We'd like to. It's just with the holidays. It's going to be kind of tough. So be on the lookout for that. May or may not have that. Well, we'll probably, worst case, maybe we'll do just a quick review like we've been doing. Might just be out a little later than like maybe a day or so than we've done the past
Won't be
months.
this late.
No.
Hopefully.
Well, for our main breakdown, yes, it's going to be back to Fridays.
Yes.
After this, so we'll be on Friday,
Same
6
Same
PM.
Dune time.
Hey, we're not there yet.
I'm just saying.
It's going to be at 6 p.m. EST here on Friday. That's the usual show time. We had to break it up a little bit for Christmas. And hey, if you'd like, if you're not Christmas out by now and you want to go back, we had a really fun Christmas episode. We had a really good time with that live stream, breaking down our 9 favorite fandoms. Of 9 fandoms of Christmas. Just check it out. It's a good time. We decorated a little tree cutout on the board. It was fun stuff. So if you want to, if you haven't watched that, that's a fun episode. Go back and check that out. And we'll be back this Friday with more Skeleton Crew and hopefully with some quick reviews, maybe a reaction this week.
Never know.
Then, the last thing we're going to tip you guys off to with our Christmas episode, we gave away a prop from Wolfgar Props. We are going to be scheduling a charity live stream for the end of this month where we're going to be giving away
next month.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, for January, at the end of January. Good call. Thank you.
Yeah.
For the end of January, a charity live stream where we're going to be giving away about 3 to 5 props. We're still kind of working out logistics on how many we're going to give away and, and what you need to do to give away. But all you have to do is just kind of be in the chat more than likely. And we may base it off milestones. Like we hit milestones with the charity, then we'll give away something new because we have quite a bit of stuff to give away. So we're going to be doing a few charity live streams here within the next several months. Wolfgar Props was very generous with the donations. We really appreciate that. He told me that he just wanted to see some people smile. That was the goal. And
that's a good goal.
Yeah. So if you want that, there's some blasters, there's some lightsabers. There's some some other kind of obscure items, just kind of fun. Yeah. Keep an eye out for that. But this Friday, Skeleton Crew episode 6, it's going to be at the usual Dune time of 6 p.m. It's going to be the same Dune channel. Seth?
Oh. It's going to be Dune in time.
We will see you guys next week.